it's Craig from Scratch Golf Life. Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It'd be very much appreciated. This channel is basically, in a nutshell, that I played golf to a high standard in my early 20s, played in the English Amateur, played in the British Amateur. By my late 20s, I stopped playing golf altogether, and in lockdown, I went past 50, and I've rediscovered my love for the game of golf again. If you want to know more of the meat on the bones of that story, then go to Golf Vlog 2 on my channel and you can learn a lot more about it. So I've pinged my tee shot right down the middle on the first with my driver, which is always nice, but I don't think driver's the right club because that ditch is really in play. Might have to rethink the strategy here. Well, it's only a little flick with a wedge from here. Okay, kept it below the hole. New putter alert, but we'll get into that in another video. Uphill from the left. Oh, now would that have gone in without the flag there? So, I've actually got 2 weeks between my first competition I played in and my next competition. So that's given me some time to work on the right things to try and make sure that the next time I play in a competition, I'll start to feel a bit more comfortable out on the course again. So those things that are identified, and the things obviously everyone's got to identify the weaknesses in their game, are a reliable, repeatable method, which we're going to get into in this video, and my chipping and putting is still nowhere near up to scratch. And then once I've got those sorted out, I've got to work out a strategy for every single hole to try and give me the best chance of scoring the best score around this golf course. So, what's the biggest difference between the 50-year-old me and the 20-year-old me? Well, it's quite an obvious one, really. It's flexibility. So, one thing that's good in many ways about being less flexible now is my swing is a lot much shorter and more compact, which I actually quite like. But it is causing problems in other areas. Now, my lack of flexibility only truly came home to me about 3 weeks ago, when my daughter said, "Dad, can you do a forward roll?" And I was like, yeah, of course I can do a forward roll. I couldn't do a forward roll. I literally could not do a forward roll, which was a bit of a shocker, it's got to be said. So my lack of flexibility is actually causing me problems with clearing my left side, which is in turn giving me a two-way miss, which means I've got bad shots missing on the left and I've got bad shots missing on the right. And the two-way miss is your worst nightmare, okay? You know, you just can't play good golf if you've got a two-way miss. So we've been trying to correct that. I'm going to explain while we're playing a few holes tonight what I've done to try and stop it, or to stop it, what it's achieving, and ultimately why I'm doing it. Okay. So what this lack of flexibility is doing, my left side's getting in my way, and I'm either blocking it right or I'm whipping my hands over and going left. So what I've had to do is I've had to stand open to clear, so I'm giving myself room so my left side doesn't get in the way, okay? So just stand open and then full face the target and then just hit right through it. Like so. Did go left. So, ever since I started playing golf, I've always seen the game in a right to left way. Always at a draw, always. And, you know, as long as I've picked up a golf club, I've always seen the game in that way. Now, with me having to get rid of the two-way miss, which had to be done, and now opening up my stance a little bit to enable me to be able to clear my left side, it means that I'm now hitting the ball with a slight fade, which is a new experience for me. But I don't care whether the ball takes off and does 2 loop-de-loops, as long as it does the same thing every time, okay? Now, what has happened with this technique I've adapted now is that everything starts off slightly left and fades down to the right. The shot to the right has been pretty much eliminated, okay? And that's what, as a good player, I'm always looking to do. I'm looking to totally eliminate one side of the golf course from play. So all I have to worry about now is actually on the left-hand side of the golf course, because when I don't get the fade, I tend to hit a straight pull along where my feet are aimed, and it goes a little bit left. It goes left. Now, that's not the most destructive shot in the world, so I can live with that. I can live with that because now I know what my shot shape is. I know what the ball's going to do to a reasonable extent. Obviously, I am going to hit bad shots, but you know, most of the time I'm going to hit it with a nice little fade, and the occasional bad shot is going to be left. So I don't have to worry now, really, in theory, about what's happening on the right hand side of the golf course. I'm not saying that I'm not going to hit golf shots down the right. Obviously, the odd one where I just make a horrendous swing is going to go down there, but in the main, when I'm swinging well, I shouldn't now have to worry about the right hand side of the golf course, which is a nice place to be fair. Quite an interesting little story with this driver of mine. What happened was, I was hitting so many balls on the golf simulator that the shaft splintered. So I thought I need to get a new shaft for my driver. When I looked on eBay, it was cheaper to buy the shaft in a driver than it was just to buy the shaft. So found this driver with the exact shaft I wanted on eBay, and I bought it just for the shaft. As soon as it arrived, put it down. You know when you know, don't you? You know. Put it down, I thought, God, that feels so good, and that looks just, I love the way it sits, everything about it I liked. And it's quite an old driver really now, TaylorMade SLDR. When I went on the launch monitor, spin numbers were absolutely perfect where I want them to be, and it's become a bit of a confidence club. So, you know, in this age of club fitting and technology, the best, most reliable driver I've had for years, I bought blind off eBay. Thinking bonkers game golf, innit? Sun's gone down now, so it's starting to go a little bit dark. But I hope you can see that, because this is such a stunning hole. The 14th at Pleasanton, launching it off to the fairway below, and then it sweeps up to the green with 3 or 4 massive bunkers protecting it at the front. Stunning hole. Right, it's going dark now, so reminds me of being a junior golfer. This last one on the golf course, wanting to keep playing more and more holes. Definitely got my mojo back and my love of golf. I hope you found this little video interesting. If you're a high single handicap golfer wanting to try and get down to low single figure, then certainly if you can find a technique that is reliable and can actually take one side of the golf course out of play, then that makes the game a lot easier. Golf is a very, very difficult game, and I certainly find it difficult. But by doing things like this, you can just try and make it that little bit more playable. I understand that for high handicappers, it's not really possible. But I hope you found it interesting just to glean how a low handicap golfer looks at the course and tries to plan a way to get around the course in the least amount of shots. Okay, so that's it for this vlog. I've got another week before the next competition, so I've still got some time to start to feel more comfortable out here, and hopefully by the time the competition comes around, I'll have something sort of remotely looking like a solid golf game to try and put a score together. It may take a little bit longer than I originally thought, but in the next video we're going to get into the tragedy that is my chipping and putting, because when I first came back, oh boy, that was a bit of an eye-opener. I mean, I'm getting there now, but really it was shockingly bad when I first came back. So we'll get into that. I'll talk through what I've sort of done within my technique to try and just get more consistent strikes on chips and stuff. And it's pretty simple. It's something that everyone can do, to be honest. So that'll be in the next vlog, hopefully next week, maybe before. We'll see how we go. Until then, please subscribe, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.